All right, so just a brief video on arm training. Are your arms starting to lag behind the rest of your muscle groups on your body? I'm going to go over some quick ways on how to improve your arms, your biceps and triceps if they're starting to lag behind and not grow as quickly as other body parts. So I'm going to go over some tips and some things to get your arms growing again. Number one, you could try training arms by themselves. Instead of training arms like back and biceps, chest and triceps, try dedicating one full day to training arms in your training split. So when making your training split, schedule a day for arm training. Sometimes when you train like chest and triceps together or back and biceps together, by the time you get, let's say you get done with your chest you get done with your chest exercises, you get to your tricep exercises, you're both mentally and physically feeling a bit taxed, and your triceps are probably somewhat fatigued from all the pressing with chest, so it's hard to put enough good energy and good solid effort into that tricep training. Or when you're training back and biceps together, by the time you get to your biceps, you're mentally and physically fairly taxed, and so the quality of your bicep or tricep training is probably not going to be the same as if you did them a separate arm day. Number two, one thing you could try as well, you could do like an all-out arm day, and then let's say when you train back, okay, you could do back and triceps, so you could be pulling with the back and then pushing with the tricep, which would allow you to tax the tricep a little better. Or chest and biceps, you could do push with chest and then pull with the bicep, right? Number two, you could increase your training frequency. You could try doing one day dedicated training biceps and triceps, right? And then the next, you could, like I said before, you could do back and triceps, chest and biceps. So essentially you would be training those muscle groups twice per week instead of just once per week. And then sometimes you might be overtraining your arms if they're not responding, so be careful of that too. You might be working them so much that they never have time to grow or rebuild. So once again, you have to figure out what works for you and kind of play with it a little bit to figure it out. Number three, try more isolation. You could try more isolation exercises in order to get a little bit better stretch and better contraction maybe. I'm big on compound exercises, but utilizing some isolation exercises where you slow it down, slow your repetitions down, use time under tension, 2 to 3 seconds per repetition. You can make sure you use really good form. Try not to drop the reps too low. Try not to make the weight too heavy. Concentrate on the muscular contraction as well as the stretch. Number four, don't forget to train the brachialis muscle. The brachialis muscle, right? Training this muscle will give your arms a more thicker, more complete look. This is a muscle group that's neglected by a lot of guys, because you see a lot of guys in the gym, they're doing supinated exercises, right? They're supinating, right? And then on the hammer curls, you're going to change from a supinated they're pronated. A lot of guys in the gym are pronated, right? Pronation, supination, pronation, supination. So you got to play with those. So on the hammer curl, you're going to be doing this. On a regular curl, you'd be doing this. So change the angle with a hammer curl, dumbbell curl, or a rope curl. Number five, focus on working the muscle and your form during the exercise instead of using all the heavy weights. Biceps and triceps are fairly small muscle groups, okay? So let me explain this to you. They're fairly small muscle groups, so it doesn't necessarily take a lot of weight. What I would do is try to focus on the stretch and the squeeze, focus on very, very strict form, taking the muscle through the full range of motion, focus on time under tension, 2 to 3 second repetitions. You might want to try maybe a 10 to 12 rep range with biceps and triceps instead of like a 6 to 12 rep range. More volume, more exercises to really tax them out, right? Be careful not to use heavier weights with poor form. Instead, focus more on the mind and muscle connection, using good form to really stretch and tax that muscle as hard as possible, but making the muscle work harder. So I hope these arm training tips help each and every one of you out. And I hope you start using some of these free tips I'm giving you each and every week. I hope you all have an excellent weekend. And if you're looking to lose body fat, gain lean muscle, lose body fat and gain muscle at the same time, compete in a bodybuilding or physique competition, or increase your athletic performance, or you're looking for some one-on-one training sessions, go ahead and feel free to contact me by messaging me. I hope you all have an awesome day. I'm out.